featuring featuring Black Logic Crack and Don Solo.
I want to hear this right now.
Yeah,
This is some epic.
this
This
is
is
gonna be an
epic
episode.
buildup. Yeah,
I'm here
bro.
for it.
So
Let's go.
uh,
Yeah.
he said just three dope rappers on a boom bap track.
Let's hear it, man. I want to
Boom,
hear
Um,
this
boom, bap.
one.
oh, and
Okay.
just so we know, he's telling us the order, so we don't have to ask. Mr. J Guns, Black Logic Crack, Don Solo in that order.
Okay.
Don
Let me
Solo.
hear it.
He said that shit finna hit.
Tell
Ah,
they ass
shit, I
dirty. They don't
Right.
believe
know. They don't know about Don
Thunder
Solo. They
Cookies.
it.
don't know.
I'm finna press play. Make
All
sure
right, let's start it
y'all
up. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm about to mute right
Mm-hmm.
now.
name better match the song. Yes, mute. Download. Here we go.
Hey, Speeds. Bye bye. Yeah. A Morbius mode, you lie like Pinocchio's nose. I come to expose the roles in your lioness trolls. I'm one to impose, you Thundercat, I'm Tigerus, bro. Tap at your dome, you testing out my thunderous flow. Fuck with a click, we dragons, but we lie in the mist. You come to assist, we come to leave you bruised with assists. Dojo's a click, we ripping rhymes up in your shit. And nigga get thick like big booties, double D tits. I am the blind one with the sword, guess I told Iron. Don't get me firing off with these rhymes, you ain't buying me. Just a hurting. On the borderlines of death, he flirting. Simmer, get the keys to my beamer. I be hanging out with Panthera, my favorite hero. Maybe Chitara, that thunder cookie I borrow. This is my Thundercat rap, see you tomorrow.
Smoking that Thundercat. I bust my gap, but yo, the options never busting back. You get the talking smack, I'm sliding like a razorback. I cut you up under my tongue, I put the razor back. Red beam on your forehead, it ain't laser tag. Long, dirty 38 inside a Birkin bag. Behold the dog horse, I'm riding with a saddlebag. Battle Toady fitness muscle called a scat pack. Florida, Tallahassee with a scallywag. Lazy ass motherfucker, you just lollygag. Yeah, my flow is clean, but baby, I'm a dirt bag. The mama, she could suck you up inside a vacuum bag. So I suggest protect your neck just like a shoulder pad. Before they find your ass wrapped inside a sleeping bag. I'm really with the fucking smoke, I just take a drag. The best, even though I don't really like to brag. Me and Mrs. Smith, Angelina Jolie, Brad. I'm beating on the pussy something like a punching bag. Can't get around too, cause now the bitch is on the rag. A felon predicate, Confederate flag. To the future, from the present back to the past. These class act niggas know I'm in a different class. In my fucking neighborhood, you couldn't get a pass. Bum nigga, trench coat, jacket, pocket flask. You won't last.
I got this Cuban honey with a fat ass and a Thundercat. Snapping, I hit that gap fast as a running back. Stay strapped, 9 on the hip, 9.5 where stomach at. Got wood like lumberjacks unattached. Enough meat to feed my queens beneath my Levi jeans. I'm a feline fiend. I got this bitch from the Philippines. We go back like Billie Jean. Thriller scenes, a head game, top notch guillotine. Might hit my vanilla beans, Scandinavian, the dip. I'm a French Canadian, and maybe my Egyptian, Jordanian, Arabian mix. I go see if my Ethiopian chick open so I can dig in a fallopian. She wanna be my main, but I hate lying. No, charge it to the game, cause I ain't buying hope. So little time, so much pussy on my mind. Trying to navigate my way through all these hoes like a guy, no.
Okay.
Wow.
So that
I
was
needed that.
Thunder Cookies. Let's see. We already went through that. Okay, so Tasha Coco said the name better match the song. Sean gave it a dope. Mr. Otso gave it some waves. So, and then Mr. J Guns was just letting us know that the instrumental is a Thundercats sample. Okay. Sean also sent a bunch of fires, so the building should be lit at this moment.
Yeah, love that.
The Everything producer said better than I expected. Ed underscore Sis said shit slaps.
Shit slaps.
And then Tasha Coco said, sounds like Eric B and Rakim. The beat was nice.
Okay.
So I guess it's my turn to go first.
Mm-hmm.
So I will give this song a dope. Overall, I think the execution was good, but I will give my personal disclaimer and say that I'm not really a fan of the song, which is against everyone's comments, but that is okay. And Seacrum said, dope indeed. I don't got my headphones on, so I decay how good the quality is. The quality was actually pretty solid throughout the whole thing. You could tell the difference from each artist, though, is what I will say. Like Mr. J Guns, which we know what's going on with him and his recording and everything. The mixing wasn't the best, but it also wasn't bad. Honestly, everything was still clear. I like some of the bars that I heard laid down, and I honestly like the way you came in, starting with a deeper, like just like the semitone or so, deeper voice than you usually do, and it sounded more serious than other times I've heard you rap. The only thing I will say, I feel like everybody, actually, now that I think about it, was kind of naked. You know, as far as the mixing is concerned. Not saying you needed a whole bunch of things going on, but everybody's verse was very naked, and the beat in itself was minimal and naked. So everybody was just bucket naked. And I was like, can we put some clothes, can just put some underwear on somebody?
Yeah,
because it's too bare, you know. So second guy, Black Logicrack, which every time I hear that name, Black Logicrack. In this verse, he kind of reminded me of Toby. I'm gonna just stick with Toby because I don't know how to say that last name. Toby.
I forgot. I almost had it. It left my head. Go
he
ahead,
said he don't care how hard it is, but I'm gonna have to pronounce that.
Toby,
but I still don't got it. Toby
and Google. Yeah, I fucked it up.
The guy that kind of sounds like Andre 3000 with the way that he raps and everything.
I'll send it to you.
He and Fat, they always wear green in their videos and stuff.
Yeah.
You'll
fuck with him if you ain't heard of him. I'll send it to you, bro.
Yeah. Okay. His approach kind of reminded me of Toby in this, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing,
Toby,
you know. So also Black Logicrack had a lot of swag, and I appreciated your approach just in general. Again, this is another song in which I do like the vocal contrast from Mr. J Guns to Logicrack, even to Don Solo, but I have to say Don Solo was my least favorite verse. Maybe it was partially just because of his voice, but I was the least bit enthralled by that. Overall, like I said, I still give it a dope. It's just not my lane of music. But y'all did good. Good job, indeed.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely gonna give this a dope. I mean, it's very rare, I feel like, when rappers carry a beat, because y'all was really spitting y'all ass off on this, and I really appreciated that, to be honest. Like, I didn't really know what we were gonna get, especially with that name. But I feel like I have to piggyback. Well, I'm going to piggyback off Sis in terms of like the song sounded naked. It really did, and I feel like for y'all's verses, that would have been fine if the foundation of this record wasn't so bare. And I think that's really where a lot of that energy came from, of like, this feels like it's missing something, is because, like, I mean, it's been a while since I've heard the Thundercat theme song, but man, like, I feel like even with you telling me that, I couldn't pick out where it was coming from in the beat, to be honest. Like, I could obviously hear like the rim shot and the bass with the slight like kick in it. But outside of that, like, nothing really stuck out. So I think that's really about like the mixing of the beat. And I won't get too deep into that, especially because I don't know the nuances. I I wish Will was on here to talk through it, but I think I'm pretty confident in saying like the foundation of this record really set the tone for the feeling for the rest of it, and that's a little bit a shame because man, y'all was really spitting y'all ass off for real, and I think if the beat was just a little bit more solid, it would have stuck out even more. So I'm giving this a dope based on y'all's performance. I really liked how Black Logic Crack and Don C kind of like blended into each other with that transition of their verse. Same, I felt like, Black Logic Crack went second. I think he did a good job still coming off of Jay Guns. I just really like how they kind of like faded into each other. That was a pretty nice like imagination on that record. But overall, I feel like the mixing of the beat, but the overall song really held this back. But y'all really did your thing on this. Y'all carried the song through. Because at first, when the beat came in, I was like, this don't sound like crack.
I was like, oh, Thunder Cookie, don't let me down.
It's the worst version of the Girl Scout cookies, man. I'm trying to eat it. But no, it was but that's really how it started. But y'all really picked it up with the rapping, so commend you on that because it's rare. It's very, 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 very rare.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go, D. You got it.
I'm gonna give this song a dope. Also, I thought it was a great song. Hold on, how do I want to phrase this? This gave me like Eminem rapping on top of like old school 50 Cent beats. Is that just me?
That.
Like it just had like some Slim Shady effect on some like old school Club 50 Cent, and this is like all I could like get from it. But outside of like the verses being like very different, I did like the aesthetic of particularly the second person who rapped.
Black Logic Crack.
Oh dang! Oh, is he back? He almost back.
What?
Almost.
Okay, so the last thing we heard from you was you really liked the second person.
Now we can.
Okay, cool. Sorry, my mom was calling me.
But yeah, Mom, stop it.
At the end of it, just know that I really do like I was a particular fan of the second person who rapped. I thought he had a good concept. I felt like his mic compared to everybody else's was a little bit too loud for the beat. But even though people were against the simplicity of the beat, I was a fan of this. In my mind, I call it a bicycle beat because it just sounds real like, I don't know, it just gives me like a little ring, like, and the way that they came so hard on something like this, like simple, just filled up the space to me, and it was necessary because without it, the beat would suffer or the music would suffer because it's not enough background noise or something being different from the music itself that makes me want to listen further. So I think just by y'all just doing what y'all did on this song is what made the music great. So that is kudos to the talent that you possess because y'all literally like made that song a good song. So if that means anything, I would say just do not sleep on your own potential because there is like better music for you to rap on top of, and I bet you will have a greater success of people engaging into your music if you just took the time to find things in that same realm that are more interesting or I'm gonna use that word, just more interesting or have more color. If I can define that for you, it's just like having more expression or warmth towards the feelings you want provoked by the people, your listeners. So if you want people to feel this song, it's like really about the bars. It's about me going ape shit on these 808s. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. They have beats just as like crazy with just as much space for you to do that with more entertaining melodies, and I think that is just something y'all can dive into, and I really appreciate that.
Facts. Yeah. I feel that.